Hey friends, Jeff here with a quick answer to a question that I actually get asked on a fairly regular basis. And the question is this: what happens to children at the rapture? Now, we need to be upfront about the fact that our view on this issue is speculatory. Scripture is not emphatic about it, and we are inferring an answer from the Scriptures. But when we do that, it is my personal opinion, based on what the Bible does tell us, that there is some sort of age of accountability, and that all children under that age will be taken to be with the Lord at the moment of the rapture. Let's take a look at Matthew 18:10. It's really interesting, but it's also helpful and encouraging, because in it, Jesus says, "Take heed that you do not despise one of these little ones," speaking of children. "For I say to you that in heaven their angels always see the face of my Father who is in heaven." Now, this verse tells us two very, very interesting things. First of all, apparently, the concept of guardian angels is biblical. Apparently, children, and possibly all believers, do have guardian angels. And secondly, this verse also implies that all children are in a right relationship with God. In other words, they're saved. There is some sort of age of accountability, and the terminology gets a little confusing when we talk about saved and age of accountability, but apparently there is some sort of age under which children are in a right relationship with God, commonly known as an age of accountability. Another reference in the Bible to this idea is found in 2 Samuel 12:23. After David and Bathsheba's child had died as a consequence of David's sin, David declares, "I shall go to him, but he shall not return to me." David was absolutely sure that he would see his child again in the presence of the Lord. In Romans 1:20, Paul refers to man's accountability to God being related to his ability to perceive God's glory in creation and conclude through reason that a God must exist. Therefore, it would seem logical to conclude that God does not hold those who do not yet possess the mental faculties to reason this way to this standard. In other words, God holds them to a completely different standard. So I believe personally, when we look at the biblical evidence, we can infer the idea of an age of accountability that's likely more related to the ability to reason than it actually is to a magical age. I suspect that when all children are taken at the rapture, obviously, there'll be mass confusion for those left on the earth. They'll not understand what is happening. Most will search for answers frantically. As always, God will lead those who genuinely desire the truth to the truth. And unfortunately, Satan will delude those who do not genuinely desire the truth. Hope that clears up some things for you. God bless.